Okay, this video I really wanted to do tonight because it's from a news agency or news coverage program called The Project, and they're quite left-leaning, and I knew they were going to put a very racist spin on the whole Serena Williams affair, and I was right. But what they actually broadcast was pretty shocking, so I thought I'd bring it to your attention, and I'll sort of analyse it and pull it apart, and you'll see how sort of uninformed they are in the facts, and also just the total left spin on it. It's just ridiculous. So, all right, let's get into it. I'll show you the video.
An Aussie cartoonist, Mark Knight, is facing a massive international backlash over his drawing of Serena Williams spinning the dummy during the US Open final. It's been slammed as racist. Even author J.K. Rowling tweeted that it reduced one of the greatest sportswomen alive to racist and sexist tropes, but Knight claims those condemning him are making stuff up.
People are interpreting the cartoon way beyond its intent and seeing things that just don't exist in the cartoon.
Exactly. Alright, so that's pretty standard. That's been broadcast by the news agencies as pretty standard coverage of the cartoon, but now we get into their analysis of it and you'll see the absolute... It's just... I've got no words. I'll pull apart the whole thing as we go along.
I mean, none of us can jump into Mark Knight's head and know what he was trying to do, but...
basically he was trying to be a cartoonist. That's his job. He takes events of the world and he exaggerates them and makes us laugh, makes us think. You know, that's the job of the cartoonist. You know, I think these guys need to really look up what a cartoonist does. It's called satire.
What I don't like is when you put something out there, despite your intentions.
The intention is to be a cartoonist.
And there's a resounding noise that comes from the other side of the world.
It's only a resounding noise by the left. But here we go.
That you just ignore. That we just say... Oh.
I don't think we're going to be able to ignore it, mate. But, yeah, I totally agree with the cartoonist. Everyone's just reading into it too much. So, alright, it gets better.
Oh, get over it. This attitude of get over it, you know, it's not racist, so
it's not racist.
We know what we're doing. Australians have to kind of learn. It seems like every 3 months we're having this same debate when a football, you know, when a sledge gets made on a football field or somebody goes as blackface to a Halloween party. It's like we need to grow up and learn why this is racist.
Yeah. I'm confused by also the Osaka bit. Why is Osaka blonde and white?
That's really weird too.
What do you mean that's really weird? Alright, I've got some photos on this other monitor. I'll just show you. So basically they're saying, why is Osaka here? You can see her blonde hair here. Why has she got blonde hair? Well, she actually does have blonde hair. I'll just explain to the audience if you don't know what I mean. You can see here, this is from the US Open. She's actually dyed her hair at the back blonde. And you can see, quite, you know, let's compare. That's pretty good. Compares quite nicely. Alright, I've got a better photo. You can see here her with the US Open trophy. I think that's a pretty decent caricature of her. They're just making something that's racist when it's not. They're trying to say that, they're trying to portray her as a white person. They're not. They're not trying to... Look at her skin tones. Alright? She's almost as black as Serena Williams, because Naomi is actually her father's Haitian, so she's sort of mixed race. You know, basically she's the equivalent of Obama, and everyone calls Obama black. You know, so you can see quite clearly here that they're not trying to portray as a typical tall blonde tennis player. That's actually how she looks, and her skin tones match pretty much with Serena. In fact, you know, they probably should have made Serena a little bit darker. Okay. Alright, it gets better.
Am I missing something about why that?
Well, so I think that was J.K. Rowling's point, was that there was a racial caricature in Serena's case, and then you've just reduced this other sportswoman to a prop. So I think that was her criticism, was picking up both those elements of it.
As if that's just another tennis player woman. They're all blonde and tall and yeah.
So
you totally missed a point, which I just owned you right there, Waleed. Waleed, I'll give you a bit of a background on Waleed, because most of my audience, I find, about 40% is American. So Waleed, his origins, his ethnicity is Egyptian. He's an Egyptian Muslim, and if I tell you what, I'd love to put some stuff that he talks about terrorism, but I don't really. YouTube probably won't allow it. So he totally defends terrorists and everything. He's pretty bad, and he's got no social media. Like, you can't discuss anything with him. He just sits on his little ivory tower here. He's a former lawyer as well, so he thinks he's pretty darn smart. But mate, I own you on this, because you're just talking BS. All right, let's get going.
the way I think about this, so I don't think it makes much difference for me to stand up here and tell you what I think about it. I think what makes more difference is to explain what it is that the people are getting angry about are pointing to. And it's not that he did a cartoon of Serena. It's that at the moment when he goes to draw Serena, Serena's kind of actually absent from the picture. So I don't know if you can get it back, but...
What do you mean Serena's absent from the picture? She's right here, buddy. This is Serena. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to try and say that this is reminiscent of the era of Jim Crow. People aren't aware of Jim Crow. He's introduced racial segregation in America in like the 1770s, I think it was. So he's trying to sort of cause division in the community here, and I really can't stand it. So just listen to what he says.
That face is not a face of Serena Williams. That's not picking characters or features from Serena Williams' face and then heightening them.
It actually is. Let's look at a picture of Serena Williams. He's going to go on like, oh, she hasn't got big lips. I think Serena's got pretty big lips. And I had another photo of her where you can see her ears, and she's sort of got little sort of pointy ears that stick out a little bit. That's probably why she hides them a bit with her hair there. But you just look on the internet, there's hundreds of photos of Serena, and you can see her ears are totally the same as what this cartoonist is pointing out. Now, he hasn't put like big sort of African American earrings on her or anything. He's basically saying that she spat the dummy. When kids are crying, they sort of pull faces and it makes their mouth look bigger and everything. And this is how Serena wears her hair. This is what she wears. That's her Nike outfit. And I can't see anything wrong with it. There's a tennis racket that she smashed. But Waleed will twist it, and you'll see how he twists things.
That's the way you draw just a random black face, a random African-American face.
So
at that point, what the critics are saying is you're no longer caricaturing Serena, you're caricaturing a people. And the reason in America they're so sensitive to this, and they see it straight away and react, and that's where a lot of the reaction is coming, is that in America those sorts of cartoons were just churned out throughout the Jim Crow era. The
old Jim Crow era. I employ everyone to Google Jim Crow, and you'll see the caricatures that it was during the white segregation era. But yeah, this is 200 odd years ago.
So that's what people are picking up on. So I think it comes down to that. If you see Serena in that, then you're less likely to think it's racist.
Now a voice of reason comes along, and you'll see the reaction. He doesn't really like it. But voice of reason saying, actually, it does actually look like Serena.
I did actually see Serena. From my perspective, without the furor surrounding it in that context, I don't think caricatures are flattering of anyone. I've had them done myself. They don't look like me. Giant nose, clearly not mine. But I come from that perspective. nobody's going to love the caricature of themselves,
No,
but I
but
realise there are other people are reading into it more than that.
Yeah, but it's whether you see that and see that there are features that are particular to Serena, or you just see that they're, oh, it's just a black person, let's make it big lips. That's what it comes down to.
Oh dear. Actually, I'll show you some more pictures. There's one here of a caricature of Naomi. Double click that. You see, that's not a very flattering picture of Naomi. This is in a Japanese magazine, I think. And what I'll do is I'll have a look at where are we? Have a look here. You'll see Dan Knight, Harvey Weinstein. I did have a photo of him. He basically, Dan Knight drew Harvey Weinstein as Jabba the Hutt. And because Harvey Weinstein's a bit overweight. So to pick on his caricature of Serena is a bit, it's drawing a long bow. That's what cartoonists do. So anyway, I've had my say. I think I've made my point here that they're just stirring up racism where it doesn't actually exist. And anyway, leave your comments below. Do you agree with me? If you don't agree with me, I welcome both points of view. I don't censor free speech. I'll put everyone's point of view on there in my comment section. So feel free to vent in my comment section and give me your point of view, and I'll usually respond to some of the comments if I like them, and we'll go from there. So cheers. See you next time, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the bell button so you see the next videos. When they come out, you'll get a notification of my next video when it comes out. Okay, cheers guys.